any of you people do any actual work?
The best of Holmberg's morning sickness.
Norm MacDonald's one of my favorite people on the planet. He doesn't even know that. You don't even know that.
I know.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, man.
One of my favorite people come in here every time. It's been like 2 years. You kind of took a year away from it. I think so, yeah.
Holy crow,
Yeah. You've been busy eating, evidently.
Wait, no.
And not now. You've cleared it up. You had to eat and then lose the weight.
Yeah.
So you took a year off from us.
Some weird thing happened where I had a huge hunger, and Sean was around. You haven't introduced Sean.
I'm sorry. Sean
O'Connor.
Your helper.
He's the future of comedy.
Oh, is he the future? This isn't like a Liberace situation where you got a helper?
I mean, he did say he would pay for my plastic surgery.
He's going to make you look like Norm. That's the thing.
Listen,
Sean's got a house.
Yeah. Can I read a little news story?
Yes, of course.
A Brazilian serial killer has confessed to murdering 39 people. The alleged serial killer, apparently he was coerced into confessing his crime, and what he did was, geez, this is kind of grisly now that I read it. He would lure young women and men. He would kill regardless of gender. Chop up the victims, and then, this guy was a real jerk.
And that's why you're one of my favorite people. It's so succinct. It's such a...
So, yes, I had a hunger issue, what I would call it.
What did you put on? Because when I was watching your podcast, I think it was Gilbert or Super
250.
Was it? No kidding?
Maybe. I remember one time I was 235, but I remember being fatter after that. But yeah, I would eat all the time. Like
and just for no reason.
Because all of a sudden the appetite just started...
just ballooned.
Constantly
out of nowhere. And then I got worried. And I said to him, I went to a doctor, and then all the tests came out positive. And I'm like... I don't know if I told you about this doctor, but he wasn't the nicest guy, you know. Like at one point he said, open your mouth and say oink. That's not nice, right?
No. Norm's getting a call.
Hello?
Eddie answered it. It must be important. Let's listen. Uh-oh. This is it.
Oh, is this Leslie?
Leslie Moonves? We've all got a show. He's loving the interview.
I'm doing a radio interview.
Well, Norm's on the phone. I can tell you Norm and Sean are over at the Tempe Improv, TempeImprov.com.
I'm doing a radio interview. I got to go.
TempeImprov.com, Friday and Saturday.
I'm doing a radio interview. I got to go.
Get off the phone, Leslie.
Is Leslie a girl? Do you know Leslie, Sean?
I don't know Leslie.
What was that? Who's that?
Oh, that's my brother, Leslie.
You know, J.B. Smooth's brother called once while he was on the air.
Yeah.
And he picked it up, and he needed
$300.
It was 300 pounds of chicken for a picnic. And I'm like, you can't. That's just, you're just baiting me for like 3,000.
And he was short. He was short on some cash.
He's like, he needed $250 to cover the chicken.
No, I didn't
bill.
want to take the call, but I saw it was from my hometown.
Could be trouble.
Oh, my
Is he wishing you a happy birthday, maybe?
Oh,
that's what it was.
I'm yelling at him.
Well, he's trying to be nice.
You're right. That is what it was.
Yeah, he's that prick. See if I ever
you
seen
know what I
him.
mean? When you get a phone call.
Sure.
You know what I find? I don't know if you guys are like this. Like, do you have landlines?
Not anymore.
Well,
I do.
I dumped it.
You have had them.
Oh, yeah.
But, like, in the middle of the night when the phone rings, that to me is, like, terrifying.
Oh, it's horrible.
Because you're like, what is... You go
Who's
to the phone.
dead?
And at the I don't know, are your folks still alive?
Yeah. No.
Mine are too, so anytime you get a call, it's like...
Of course.
Well, now that I know that, I'm going to call Brady in the middle of the night more. I didn't know that the whelmed
Well, you just...
black cloud of
if
death.
it's coming from home, hopefully it's they're calling to either check in, but sometimes
But if
there's
it's
weird
in the middle
times.
of the night, yeah.
I'm just going to hire people from Columbus, Ohio to call you at 3 a.m.
Good luck. We change numbers every...
Yeah, keep that up, because I can find you. This is going to be great fun, because I'm horrible.
Well,
I think that's so funny to call him in the middle of the night. It's like, hello?
Your parents are fine. I just checked on them.
I had a prank I did when I was a kid. Like, we all had pranks, like telephone pranks we would do. And then, but mine, I wish, kind of looking back, I wish I hadn't done it. But I would phone people, like, at random, just strange, just numbers. And I was a little young kid. And I would go, like, I'm in trouble. Someone's trying to get in, and this is my mother gave me this number to phone in case there's in trouble. And there's someone's coming through the door, and they go, what? No, they go, where do you live? What's your number? I don't know. My mommy told me to phone you.
Oh, man. Now they'll track it down.
Oh, yeah, probably.
I'm going to do that anyway.
Sometimes
and you're thinking, that's hilarious.
At the time, yeah.
I still think
But there was
funny.
no closure to the prank.
Right.
Yeah. It's not like I
You left
got
them hanging.
Yeah, it's just for the rest
Mine
of their
wasn't as
lives
elaborate,
there.
but I used to call and go, and they'd be like, hello? Like, is this suicide hotline? No. I can't do anything right. And just hang up. And then, have them hanging for the rest of the day. It's like, that was odd. Yeah.
That's so fun.
I can't do anything right.
We
That's
both hurt
good.
people's feelings.
Yeah, those people think they have blood on their hands now.
Yeah, they've lived their
The fun
life.
prank that I liked doing was in the winter. We had a sledding hill, and I used to string piano wire across
Yeah,
the
he used to
trees.
kill people. It's
And
different.
shove the kids down in the snow and just watch them slice up like Snicker bars.
You know what another prank?
God.
You know what a prank we
My
went
uncle, he went on a snowmobile.
Yeah.
I remember
That is not the official term for what you do when you're trying to explain snowmobile.
Snowmobile. When you move your hand really
snowmobile?
fast.
How you
Over your
operate
genitals.
it. You operate the snowmobile like
You know when you make a
whacking
fist
off.
over your genitals and you just move it up and down? Snowmobile, of course.
I do that?
Yeah.
He does snowmobile.
Anyways, they had the farmers put up
The fencing.
fencing, but like invisible. You couldn't see it, and my uncle got hurt. But what were you going to
I was going to say, we had a thing we were going to do. It's just pranks just to make people think.
Yeah.
You know when you go by a place where some horrible accident has happened, they've put up if
Yeah.
somebody got run over by a bike, they paint a bike white and put it on that corner. Brady and I especially, we wanted to paint like sleds in Phoenix.
Like random, a canoe.
Just like white
It's happened at
sleds.
this intersection.
Put candles all around it and like a date.
That's funny.
And just see if people just to make people like as they're driving, just entertainment as you drive.
Yeah, a box of Sudafed.
This is where he drives. Time release capsules all over, painted white. That's a
Just
great
a bunch
idea.
of empty boxes.
Yeah, that'd be and nobody could touch it. They'd feel bad. It's like a tribute, so you can't clean it up. It's not litter, so it has to
paint 'em
happen.
white.
That's
Those
everything.
are
painted
kind
white.
of sad. Those
They're
highway
awful.
side. Yeah, like
What's
I
the
think
time
the guy
limit?
would rather just not have a shrine.
Yeah,
if it's gonna
like
be
why
on
not
the
a
side
shrine of him?
highway.
Build a statue of him, not
Yes.
the bike he was on.
Yeah,
like
right.
the bike
Are you
just
going to
says-
put one of, like a relative or on the back of the windshield of your car
Yeah.
for a while and drive
People
around?
turn their cars into tombstones.
And then how
now.
long do you do
What?
that?
I've never heard
You haven't
of this.
seen that? Well, in here, all over, they'll have a picture of the Lady
In
of
memory
Guadalupe
of-
and the name of a person, and it's always some horrific date, like 1987 to 2013. You're like, oh, he was young.
yeah.
But now their cars, resale value is garbage.
Oh, of course.
That's all I care about. It's like, what's this guy doing? He just lost a couple grand putting that up there. It's not, you're still alive. There's no reason to lose money.
Then a lot of tattoos are pretty
Oh,
popular
yes.
too of
Yeah.
the deceased person. Put it up there. One will have a date when they're born and then a question mark.
Yeah,
I guess
that's
Oh, they're vanished.
they're waiting to fill it in. I guess when they're
Oh, what?
That's so embarrassing.
It's like 1986 to 1987.
Yeah.
and you're trying to have doggy style
Yeah.
sex
Right.
with them.
And you got to look at
Oh.
her. You got to look at her kid Sid on the back.
Yeah.
Oh, it's this little Sid.
Yeah.
Didn't have time to name him.
Rest
he's on
in
the
peace
small,
in
he's on
heaven,
the
my
small
little.
of the back.
My little.
You mean
angel.
Sid, the kid's name?
The kids, I call him Sid.
He was
automatic.
named after
Right after
Yes.
the
sudden
disease, right.
infant death.
Which I want to die from adult onset sudden infant death syndrome called not so sudden infant death syndrome. It's stupid. You
It
see
took
what
a
you've
while,
done?
yeah,
This
it
is what
was,
you do to us.
it
You know
was,
that you've been responsible. I don't know if you heard us talking about it. There's been probably 5 or 6 visits here, but the very first
Yeah.
time we ever had you on was like 15 years ago. I was at another station here in town, and they found a headless body on the day you got here. Last time you were here,
Wasn't your uncle on the snowmobile?
yeah,
Yeah.
like 10 years ago.
I feel I remember that.
A dude crossed the road on the freeway and got plastered. That was the day you were here. And then today, some guy going the wrong way on the I-10 blows up the I-10. It's not even usable all the way back to L.A.
Wait a second.
God.
This.
I probably should have told you guys that I'm the devil.
Oh, man. You could have led with that.
Yeah, I've come back and I brought Ebola with me.
You've got your podcast. It's still going, but I clicked on it the other day. It says Norm will be back in May.
Oh, yeah.
What's going on?
Well, I do it for a while, and then I
Vacation.
go, I don't want to do it anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. And then they're like, he's on hiatus.
Yeah. Is that what that is? Or is it just that you
what
may
they
or may
say.
not come back?
Yeah, I don't know if I will or
Okay.
not. I just do it for a while, and then I
It's fun to
get
watch.
tired of it.
'Cause
It's
it
fun
is,
to
yeah,
do, man.
yeah.
It's so great. I think it's just the people who do it with Norm
Are awful?
are awful.
Well, Sean isn't. Sean does it with me. He's
Well, there's
awesome.
one guy. There's always one guy. It's the rest of the people.
The future's good.
It's those awful others. I did a podcast with Frank Caliendo for about 6
Oh,
so that was
wow.
about 6 months, and then we tired of it as well.
Even Frank tired of
yeah.
it?
Well,
He
Frank
seems tired of nothing.
No, the second you say
Well,
the
he
F
starts
word,
getting
he
busy
gets
on
nervous
everything.
because he's on that
Oh,
Disney
yeah,
stuff.
yeah. Oh,
so
yeah.
you get nervous when you start doing horrible jokes, and we have,
Oh, of course, Frank would. Yeah,
yeah,
he
Jay
would.
Farrell, Ralphie May, me, and Frank are in a room.
Oh, that was the.
It was that was one of them we did.
Oh,
it was
I
great.
See. Oh, I
But
see. Yeah, Frank would get nervous.
Yeah, he got
about
real
that.
nervous.
Yeah,
Do you enjoy doing the interview stuff with people on the podcast?
Yeah, well, we got good guests, so that I was interested in, but it's harder. Like you guys, obviously, have to just interview everybody.
Not necessarily.
Here. What?
No, we don't.
You don't?
No, you're a special choice. We could have
But
said no.
I'm amazed that people. I don't know how I would do with people that.
You don't care about?
Yeah, like I'm always astonished by, especially a guy like David Letterman, who I think would be even less interested than we would be.
Right.
Or the way he can pretend to be interested.
Right,
Like,
and actually
that's
have-
the
Yeah, but
real-
don't you think he has a little more juice or say on saying, hey,
No.
this guest
No,
is here?
no.
But there's every
CBS.
once in a
Yeah.
while they have to take it. He has to take
Oh
it.
no!
Yeah.
On an average guest, you got to
If they're in town, they're promoting.
3 guests a night.
Yeah.
There's not that many interesting people, and actors are not interesting at
No.
all. I mean,
And now, did you start getting pressure from anybody? Because it's your podcast, but you start getting money from the outside coming in. I think it was Jerky Links,
Yeah.
which might have explained the ballooning. Was that right? You had the Jerky Links thing. You had to try
pressure
to
to
convince
get-
me you're a Jerky
pressure to
Links
get
guy.
what?
Just get what they want, like
well,
guests from them. and-
Sean and I, we liked just older guys. A lot of people
Right.
wanted young people.
but they're not interesting.
Older guys are the most interesting, and I always think in show business, you get the old guys. They don't care what they say anymore.
Right.
They're out of the business.
They'll tell some stories.
Yeah,
that,
so tell stories about guys you care about.
Yeah, they'll name names. They don't care at all. They're seconds away from dying.
Yeah.
So who's the best one you had on there? Because I've seen some that
Well,
were
we
just
had
fantastic.
we had this guy Jack Carter, and he did the most craziest thing. Remember?
Well, I also still, after meeting him, have no idea who Jack Carter
Jack
is.
Carter was a comedian like the Catskills guys,
way
right? Way
old,
back in
like
the day.
90.
Yeah.
So he was talking, and he said he was talking about the war, and he was
Which
like,
one?
The Second World War. I
big
go,
one.
you were in the Second World War. He goes, yeah, it was a lot of fun. I go, the war was a lot of fun, and he goes, well, I never got to go over. I never went over. He goes, I got a lucky break. My whole unit was going to D-Day, and they all died, and I didn't go because I got deathly sick the day before. And then I go, oh, man, it sounds like you were faking it as a joke.
Right.
And then he goes, I was. And then he's like, I never told nobody that. And I was
So he
like,
finally confessed.
yes,
now,
that he is a
right?
deserter and a traitor to our country.
But you learn that kind of stuff on Norm's podcast,
Yeah,
which
Norm's
is great.
deathbed confession. That'd be a good show.
That'd be pretty awesome. You just
Yeah.
show up at hospitals,
Yeah,
and they
go-
think it's to bring them up, but it's really just to get them to admit
We've had a
themselves.
couple.
You're doing med some stuff, and then you
Oh,
pull
man.
a plug out of.
Man, do I want to follow you around with a camera? Hey, I'm here to pull the plug there. You got anything to say?
So Rickles,
By the way, if I'm ever in that situation
Celebrity deathbed.
of pulling a plug,
Yeah.
first of all, I would want more than one plug. I would want like a backup plug.
Multiple plugs.
Yeah. Because if a
For
guy
you.
comes
Just
in,
like the
guy comes
switches?
in with one of those
Oh.
wide brooms, hits
Yeah.
your plug.
Oh, I want a generator.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely want something to kick
This
in.
is how I feel.
yeah,
like,
is it
this,
that easy?
Yeah.
This is how I feel it happens sometimes. Like you're in bed, right, with your eyes closed and you're sleeping, your coma, whatever they call it. But you can hear and
Sure.
stuff. This is my nightmare. And all you hear is your relatives going, I think he wants to go. You know what I mean? You're like, oh, no, but you can't.
You
like,
can't move enough to. Yeah.
Because nobody's ever like, no, keep him on the thing.
Yeah, no, keep them on forever.
Yeah.
Everybody always was real jumpy. Oh, my pool guy pulled the plug on his mom, and she sat up. Took like this huge, horrible breath. The whole family lost their minds, and then she died. Like right in front of him. He's like, it's time we pulled the plug on her. She's not going to make it. Pulls the plug, and like a few seconds later, she goes,
She's like, it's a miracle. Like, what the?
plug her back in. It was
But
too
that
late.
must have been a physical thing. Is that what like they
Well,
talked
Yeah,
about?
the
reaction.
family didn't say so.
Yeah.
There was a big fight afterwards.
Yeah.
Hey, that's the risk.
I read that 1 out of 4 people get buried alive.
What? 25% of people?
Come on.
Stop that. Where did you read that? Lies?
No, because they said that Lies
The
magazine.
book Lies?
Yeah, the book lies.
But, no,
So
they,
they're wheeling the guy, and he's like, "Man, it's starting to get hot in here."
Yeah.
Whoa!
They said that the medical equipment used to show if a person's actually expired is not that perfect.
Well, we need to spruce that up a
But,
little.
but if you're being buried, there's like the embalming process,
Yeah.
which will
You hope.
totally.
Maybe
You'll
you're
pretty
talking
much
Yeah, I
find
don't
out
think
if
it's
the person's
buried
dead.
alive. I think they die in the morgue. They wake up inside the.
So if they're stiff, maybe put in there, they might be put in.
so like pronounced dead.
Before they're embalmed, they still could, because you have a couple that come back and all of a sudden the guy wakes up on the table or
Yeah.
something.
I
Like,
did-
have you ever been at a funeral and go, boy, that guy looks alive?
Never.
No.
The
really?
coffin gives a dead giveaway. I completely know. That automatically
And the
can take-
makeup. It's
yeah.
the worst makeup.
Takes the life.
I read a story this morning about these two kids. Their mom died, and they put a cell phone in her casket.
Oh.
And then when it was buried, they got text messages back from the phone.
No way.
I swear. It's a story I read this morning. But what I think? Grave robber.
Yeah, it's a living person.
And then they're like, yeah, thanks for letting us have sex with your mom's corpse.
Did you do that one on Cool? Norm MacDonald is at the Tempe Improv this weekend
With the great Sean O'Connor.
The future of comedy.
The
It should
future
be
of
on. It
comedy.
should be on the marquee. Norm's name should be very small as the comedy. You're just introducing him, right? That's
Pretty
what's
well.
happening. Okay, yeah.
And Norm's going to confess something
That's
tonight.
right. It'll be on-stage deathbed confession. Norm MacDonald on his birthday tonight. You can go see him at the Tempe Improv. Tempe
I have to
Improv.
phone
Birthday
my brother
kisses
back.
for
I
all the
feel
ladies.
terrible.
Call why? It's not. It's you don't have to call him back. He has to call you again. He bothered
laugh.
you. Who calls anyone this early?
I
Anyway.
feel so terrible.
Where's he
I'm
living?
yelling, I'm screaming at him.
Is it where he lives?
That's another thing.
Yeah.
Wait.
You have to
no, it's
assume.
later. It's
Yeah,
later.
but you have to assume he knows you're on the West Coast, right?
Yeah.
So
kind
he.
of,
Who calls anybody at
We
8 in
could
the
call
morning?
him. We could call Leslie if you want to.
No, we can call him live on air.
Yeah.
You want to call your brother?
no.
Straighten this out. What's your brother do?
My brother, I think he works at a donut shop.
You're not sure?
This call wasn't that important to either of you. The donut shop guy or whatever.
It was nice of him to call him. So I feel
It
so
was.
bad.
It
now.
was nice. But he was the first one in. He's, you know what? Don't feel too bad. He's just kind of clearing his day. He was
Yeah.
getting it over with
That's
before
true,
9
right?
a.m. It was
Yeah.
just a quick, let's get this done so I don't have to think about it.
Let
all
my
day.
brother scream at me.
Yeah. Have Norm
Well, he
tell me.
kept saying,
Are you at the point
I
on-
said I'm on the radio. He's like, yeah. So, anyways, well, you know.
Are you at the point
you
when,
are.
like on your siblings, do you send them something for your birthday, or is it just a call?
Oh,
a happy
no.
birthday.
Do people still do that?
They give gifts.
I mean, I'm getting my son.
The topper in the family
Yeah.
does
My
it.
son is 21, and I'm thinking, when
gotta
do I
get him
stop
some.
giving him stuff?
That's a monumental one. I think after this, though.
What is the
No,
age?
he's 22.
No, then he's done. You don't have to worry about it. Just give him a call at 8 a.m.
Yeah, because I was thinking I could save the present until. Do you find this that as we march forward in time,
As the world
as
turns.
time marches
As time
on,
marches-
that there's less and less things you can get people like because everything's on their phone that they
Oh, yeah.
need.
Yeah, they
in
have it.
life.
Oh, yeah, you can't buy anything for anybody anymore. They
can't,
get it.
right?
They get it when they need it because it's right. in front
Cash
of
is king.
them. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
crusher. Norm, leave
Now
us with.
you don't have
What's that?
kids.
No, God, no.
Yeah,
that sounds awful to me.
I do. I have a 6-year-old
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
got
Do
it.
you have a girl?
girl.
Yeah, I knew it.
How's that? You just look
Because
look at-
he
spreads
said
the
I have a
femininity.
6-year-old. Because otherwise you'd say I have a 6-year-old boy.
Really?
Because you'd be proud.
Yeah.
There it is. Norm
But don't you
MacDonald. That's
worry?
awesome.
I mean, I guess throughout history we've all worried about our children. But my God Almighty,
Good luck.
It's
Good
no
luck.
country for old
Good
men,
luck,
though.
kid.
huh?
Well, it's no country for old men. It's the speech Barry Corbin gives there. He goes, "What you got ain't nothing new here."
I don't
It's
know.
it's
the
oh,
movie.
you- watch that movie.
I know everybody tells me
It's the
should,
best
but
movie
what's
ever.
The,
He gives
the
a speech. He's like, because his Tommy Lee Jones says something. He said he goes out to his brother's place. Brother, ironically,
Yeah, yeah.
says to him, he says, "I think I got to get out of this." And he goes, "What are you getting out for?" And he goes, "I feel overmatched." And he goes, "What you got ain't nothing new here. This has been going on forever." He said, "The world doesn't sit around and wait for you. That's vanity."
Wow.
Yeah, it's a great speech. And
But
then
the
he sit back
speech
like,
I
wow.
want you to do for me is
Yeah?
a speech from The Godfather, where he goes to the guy that ends up with the horse's head, and he says, "Put Johnny Fontaine in this picture." And then the old guy starts saying why Johnny Fontaine will never be in this picture.
You want me to do that right now? I remember, but I don't remember it well enough to do it.
Can we find the text?
The Godfather. What? I've never seen The Godfather.
Can we find the text on the computer?
Bravo, why do you want me to do
it, man?
You want me to act with you?
Are you getting it?
He's getting it now. Why are you teasing this?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to take a break and we'll do the Godfather.
Classic morning radio.
Yeah, the Godfather moment.
The best of Holmberg's morning sickness.
Norm MacDonald is joining us today with his manservant Sean O'Connor, the future of comedy.
Yeah, baby.
Who will soon have plastic surgery to be Norm, look like Norm.
I knew I should have wore a shirt.
It's the gold lame.
It's a radio joke.
And for whatever reason, I quoted "No Country for Old Men," and now you want to do a scene from The Godfather.
Yeah, but I think we should set it up.
Yeah, you go ahead. This is your thing. You direct. No,
I've
Sean,
never
you
seen The Godfather.
You've never seen The Godfather.
I've seen every American Pie, though.
Is this one of those moments where you get in the car and you say, "I can't believe I made that guy do that"?
No, listen. We got to stop.
Okay.
We all remember the big scene in The Godfather was the guy wakes up with the horse's head.
Satin sheets.
Sure.
Yes. You should set this up.
Is that the offer he can't refuse? Is a horse's head?
Yeah.
The sheets.
Really?
Yeah, that's the kind of the first.
The first one. He's trying to.
So set it up.
He unfolds the one.
Yeah, but
sheet
set up
thinking.
this scene here. Johnny Fontaine is a lounge singer, sort of loosely based on Sinatra.
Yeah.
Who the Godfather wants to put in this movie, but the movie producer refuses. We don't know why. Right?
Right.
I'm setting it up.
That's right. You're doing a great job.
Keep doing it.
And then, so they send the consulary, Tom Hagen, played by Robert Duvall, to go and visit this guy and try to talk him into
getting Johnny in the car.
Yeah. So Tom Hagen,
But Johnny's not having any of them.
Tom Hagen's played by Robert Duvall, and Woltz plays the producer. But
Right.
in this,
Nobody knows who that guy is.
In this, we're doing now. I have to do.
You're the producer because this is your idea.
I wanted you to do
and you're doing it as Super Dave Osborne.
Super Dave. Yeah.
I'll be doing Tom Hagen as Liam Neeson.
Okay, as Liam Neeson.
Is that right?
Okay.
Because he's improv.
Yeah, because he's a big improv. Ready? Are you ready? All right, here we go. Mr. Corleone is Johnny Fontaine's grandfather. Now Italians regard that as a very close.
Wow, that's good.
Cut. You can't say that.
Take two, cut.
You already knew how to do them.
Well, I wasn't just going to wing one.
Okay.
You know how to do
I'm
Super Dave,
sorry.
right? You're not just throwing this out for the first time.
All right,
that's
take
right.
two.
It's not like I said I was going to do Paula Dean and then
Okay.
give it a try.
Hey, there's butter in
I have
there.
to go again? All right, here we
Yeah.
go. All right, take two. Try not to compliment me so much.
Okay.
Mr. Corleone is Johnny Fontaine's grandfather. Now Italians regard that as a very close, very sacred religious relationship.
You tell your boss he can do.
You know what?
This isn't going as well as I'd hoped.
Tell your boss he can ask for anything else, but this is one favor I can't grant him.
Mr. Corleone never asked for a second favor. Once he's refused the first. Understood?
You don't understand. Johnny Fontaine never gets that movie. That part is perfect for him. It'll make him a big star. But I'm going to run him out of the movies, and let me tell you why. Johnny Fontaine ruined one of Woltz's International's most valuable proteges. For 3 years, we had her under contract. Singing lessons, dancing lessons, acting lessons. I spent hundreds of thousands of dollars. I was going to make her a big star. And let me be even more frank. Because I want to show you I'm not a hard-hearted man. That it's not all dollars and cents with me. She was beautiful. She was young and she was innocent. She was the greatest piece of ass I've ever had. And I've had them all over the world. And then Johnny Fontaine comes along with his olive oil voice and his giddy charm. And she runs off. She throws it all away just to make me look ridiculous. And a man in my position cannot afford to be made to look ridiculous. Now you get the hell out of here. And if that Goomba tries any rough stuff, you tell him I ain't no band leader. Yeah, that's right. I heard the story.
Thank you very much for the dinner and a very pleasant evening. Have your car take me to the airport. Mr. Corleone is a man who insists on hearing bad news at once.
Wow, excellent.
That's it.
Amazing.
That's great.
Impressions are much easier to do in small chunks. That's what we've learned.
That's why I didn't want to do that.
Yeah, damn,
you
man,
did
you
this
gave me
scene. You tried to give it to me.
It's like a 5-minute thing. I didn't know you
That's
talked
your
so
thing.
long.
You did
This
great,
was your
Norm.
scene.
It's awesome.